This is Dizzy Mac, and you know you are listening to Bras, Panties, and Sports. We got the first lady of sports talk here, the one and only Cheryl Smith. We got CJ. Hey, CJ with your really cute self out of Chi-Town. And that's right. He flew in special. He flew in live. He wanted to make us here. And who do we have? We have the one and only Dizzy Mac, live, naked, bearskin rug. The band did not stop him. He ain't even a Muslim. It didn't even stop him. And of course, we got our panel. Now, we got a little music on shout out from CVSS, and we gonna, I know some folks went to CVS. I'm trying to figure out what the hell CVSS is, but we'll find out later on. But it's time for our old school giggle. All right, y'all. Now, mature alert. The old school giggle may be adult, so I don't know. They don't tell me, but let's get our old school giggle on.
Morning. Yeah, I'm here. What's that? I don't know. Look like dog shit to me. Yeah, looks like dog shit to me too. Pick up, huh? Pick up. Feel like dog shit? Yeah, feel like dog shit. Smell, huh? Smell. Smell like dog shit. It smells like dog shit. Taste. Huh? Taste. Taste like dog shit. Yeah. Taste like dog shit. Good thing we don't step in it. Yeah, good thing. Let's go eat. Yeah, eat.
All right, y'all. That was our old school giggle. First lady, we're ready. What you say?
Each week we try to figure out what is going on in the sports world. Not the plays of the week, more like the players of the week. Are they trying to tell us something? So we ask, what you saying? Fly, little birdie, fly. Time keeps on slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping into the future. So I want to fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle. Let the spirit carry me. I want to fly right into the future. The little birdies known as the Atlanta Falcons wish they could fly far away from a heartbreaking Super Bowl choke job. The Falcons can't fly away from their loss, but offensive coordinator Kyle Shanahan flapped his wings straight to the West Coast to be the head coach of the 49ers. Can we really blame Shanahan for the meltdown, or is it just another case of a good coach being outcoached by the GOAT? Given the way the Shanahan ruined RG3 by letting him play injured out of desperation instead of protecting him to build a future, should Colin Kaepernick be concerned? Let's see, 49ers fans. You can have a rookie GM with John Lynch, who has never, did I say never, worked in the front office, and a rookie head coach with Kyle Shanahan. Do you really see a division title or winning season in the near future? Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Steve Young, the Function at the Junction, the Steve Miller Band are asking, what you saying? Well, yes, I am going to blame Kyle Shanahan for the meltdown because he had some questionable calls down the stretch. I mean, let's go over these calls. I don't care what you say. It's bad call number one. Okay. If you remember, CJ and Dizzy Mac, it was in the fourth quarter. I think it was like about what, 8 minutes left in the game. It was 3rd and 1, and they were in field goal position, and all they had to do was run the ball, and they would have had a field goal. Now, it was 7 minutes left, and like I said, it was about 8 minutes left of the game. They were winning 28-12. What happened? They threw the ball, Matt Ryan fumbles, and that led to a touchdown by the Patriots. So then it was 28-20. They got a 2-point conversion. But Atlanta still had another chance to win the game. Can you imagine this? They had another chance to win the game. It was about, I want to say it was about 4 minutes left. In the 4th quarter, they were on the 20-yard line of the Patriots. Because if you remember, Julio Jones made a spectacular catch to get them to that point. And then what do? They decide on the 2nd down to try to pass the ball. And Ryan got sacked. Then they had a penalty on the 3rd down, which pushed them out of field goal position. I mean, that was the game. I mean, they had to put the game away there. They should have ran the ball 3 times and kicked the field goal. Now, Shanahan, he claims after the game, I'm going to call the Super Bowl the same way I call the other games. No, I don't think you call the game the same way. You need to learn to manage the game. You need to go by the circumstances at that time. You have to look what was going on. The Patriots were storming back. They had momentum. I mean, a field goal would have put them away regardless if he even scored another touchdown. It was such a bad call. I mean, it really was a bad call. I mean, and the thing is, too, Shanahan is going to the 49ers. I don't know why he want to go to the 49ers. He'd be better off staying with the Falcons. I mean, why you want to go to the 49ers? I mean, I guess he got a 6-year contract, so I guess that was the reason for him going. But I don't care if you could pay me all the money in the world. I'm going to the 49ers. They're the worst team now in football. They're even worse than the Cleveland Browns.
Right.
But anyway, look. One thing about Kyle Shanahan, he'll probably make Colin Kaepernick a better quarterback than he really is now. Better than Chip Kelly would ever do. I mean, I can't blame him. Don't feel bad because what happened with RG3. So Colin shouldn't be concerned about that. But I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, they're going nowhere fast, the 49ers. So Dizzy Mac, welcome back. What do you think about this situation?
Hey, thank you, First Lady. I'm puzzled by the situation. Puzzled. Because here it is, you got the MVP, right? Matt Ryan, MVP, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Why in the hell would you go cross country to put your neck in the same noose as John Lynch? Because if it don't work out, all of y'all gone quick, fast, and a hurt. I can't understand it. No. And yeah, your play calling sucked. But and I kept saying, it ain't over. It ain't over. It was just like Mike Weaver and Big John Tate. 15 rounds, John Tate just went. Weaver rose up with that one punch. Man said, this is the Falcons in a nutshell. When they fall on their face, they don't get up.
CJ, all right, CJ. I mean, what's your take on this situation?
Well, he's going to the 49ers. I guess he just wants to go and rest. Because, that they've had, how many, he'll be what, 4? Number 4? Number 5? I don't know. He's just standing in line. And then what can he say? I did better than the first 3 did.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything. So, and as far as the defense of him coaching or trying to get that field goal, you're so right, First Lady. That's all they had to do. That is all they had to do, is make a field goal. And they would have never been able to catch up. But that dirty bird has flown and their diapers in the trash.
Who's straight into that power and increase.
First lady. Well, the one thing, I'm looking at it, and I think that y'all, in one aspect, y'all been a little too hard on Kyle Shanahan. Y'all have just been, you, CJ, y'all been a little bit too. Look, he went up against the mastermind. He went against Obi-Wan Kenobi. He went against the only person to put his finger up in the face of Roger Goodell, win games anyway. I mean, take away a draft pick. So that penalize my quarterback, and I still come back and whoop ass. So come on, he was that. Look, the man got a connection. I have a feeling that Bill Belichick is a very spiritual person because he be having divine intervention. Because all of a sudden, people who know how to play forget how to play. Folks be all out of position. Where I'm going. What happened there? My man, see, Kyle Shanahan, he hadn't faced that. And when he got up there, Obi-Wan, lured him in to his wicked web. Let me lure you into my wicked web. And see, he got, like all the other ones, the spider ate the fly.
Go.
Okay.
I think y'all been just too harsh on Kyle Shanahan. Now, the other thing is, Kyle, you about a smart, between Kyle Shanahan and Brock Osweiler, there should be a federal investigation because they know they done robbed them teams. They know they done robbed them teams. I'm like, there should be, I'm suspecting there was some President Trump influence in all of that. I don't have no evidence, so I ain't gonna put out no fault. I ain't gonna put out no fire news. But watch this page. Watch this space.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Kyle really think he's going to do well there, but let's face it, he has a 6-year contract, so that's a lot of money for 6 years. So let's move on. Anyway, over to you, Spitface.
All right, don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years, rocking my penis and putting suckers in fear, making the tears rain down like a monsoon. Listen to the bass go bang. Explosion, overpowering, over the competition I'm towering, wrecking shop when I drop these lyrics that'll make you call the cops. Don't you dare stare, you better move. Don't ever compare me to the rest that all get sliced and diced. Competition, paying the price. I'm gonna knock you out. Huh? Mama said knock you out. Huh? Now, we are not talking about Primo Canera, George Foreman, or Ezra Charles. We are talking about the knockout punch the New York Knicks are working really hard to land on their fans. Can you imagine Scottie Pippen having to pay for his own seat at a Bulls home game? Can you imagine any star or long-term veteran of the Bulls being escorted out of the stadium for upsetting the owner by complaining about a sorry, did I say sorry, product? By the way, the Bulls need a lot, but they are far from as sorry as the New York Knicks. Well, Charles Oakley, a New York Knicks legend, was treated like a $2 whore in a meth or crack cat house at a home game for the Knicks. Charles was hog-tied, brought down, and kicked out very unceremoniously, and to add insult to injury, arrested. Phil Jackson, obviously with ownership approval, is doing everything they can to shove Carmelo, I am the mellow fellow, out the door. Is it time for Knicks fans to ask President Trump to immediately file deportation orders for Dolan and Jackson? Can President Trump work out a deal for Vladimir Putin to take over the Knicks, or have Dolan and Jackson somehow disappear? Is it time for Knicks fans to find someone who can buy out Dolan and breathe new life into a once proud franchise? Patrick Ewing, Bernard King, and Earl the Pearl Monroe are asking what you saying. Oh, God. I don't even like the Knicks. I grew up in Chicago. I'm a Bulls fan, and I might root for some side teams, stuff like. But I never. But I appreciate the Knicks. I have a love to hate the Knicks. You love. I love to hate that team. I want them to do well so that we can battle, and my team come out victorious. And I'm just sad to say that, look, there's a point where you done hired coaches, you done hired GMs, you done brought in stars, you done this, and there's just one person left. The man who signed the checks. Now, President Trump, you done got a whole bunch of hot water with that ban, talking about the judges. You could have the whole city of New York behind you if you somehow, some way, come up with a way to have one of your rich buddies take over the Knicks. They might go, we don't really like, but good. Thank you, watch it out. You might get that. The tide could turn, and But actually, what I think is that Dolan really is Vladimir Putin. Have you noticed that Dolan and Vladimir Putin never show up in the same place?
Spitface time.
Like I said, watch this space. Watch this space. CJ, what you think about this situation with the Knicks and Charles Oakley being laid out like a $2 whore in a meth or crack house?
Like I said, I cannot believe that they would treat him like that. And in today's climate, I can't see why someone's not saying anything about it either. I mean, they said he was there for 4 minutes. He caused all that ruckus in 4 minutes because he said no. And to have to pay for a seat, that's outlandish. As many games as he had to play to win, to try to make them look like a decent team. Just didn't make sense to me. I'm insulted. I think the whole climate of him being arrested, I think is what's the biggest insult to me. That they wouldn't have dropped the charges, or they wouldn't have squelched this. They're about to make this go into court so that he has to pay more money to defend himself. Against what? A man saying no? And no one knows exactly what actually happened, because everything I hear is always a he say, she say. Has anybody heard what it was really all about yet? I don't know. My blood pressure is not going to go up, but it was unjust.
All right. Okay. Dizzy Mac, who ain't a Knicks fan either. What you saying?
Hey, I'm definitely not a Knicks fan, but they are entertaining. Not on the court, though. Up in the stand, they're entertaining. You go to the Knicks game, a fight will break out. That's one thing I like about Oakley. Now, when it first jumped off, Oakley went straight up to that tall guy and looked at him and said, "What? What?" He didn't get closer. No, he didn't get closer no more. All the little guys ran in on him. But look at how Oakley gave everything for that franchise. Now, yeah, you're going to be critical, too, if the team is not putting a good product out there on the floor. And it's been a while since I had to go back to when Phil played. We're afraid.
Can't go back that long. Speak up now.
Hey, that was the last winning team. The last championship team. They get that. But Dolan acting like he been up in the crack house, the meth lab.
He has been.
sad state, but hey, as Spike Lee said, he's got to have
it. All right. First lady, who we definitely know is a Knicks fan.
What you got say? That right. I guess I'm the only one on this panel who's a Knicks fan, so I'm going to give it from my perspective.
CJ is a Knicks fan, remember?
Oh, CJ. Okay, CJ, I apologize. But let me just put it this way. I'll put it in perspective.
Okay.
Charles Oakley was definitely disrespected. Now, I don't know what really was said. The only person who could really add light to this story is John McEnroe, and he hasn't said much of nothing yet. Because you know what? There's always three sides to the story. His side, her side, and the truth. And John McEnroe was sitting right there. So if he can speak up, maybe we will get the truth. Because Oakley said he was only there for 4 minutes. He didn't say a damn thing. Everybody else from the Knicks organization, even James Dolan, who was recently on a radio show, which we know he doesn't speak to anybody that much. For him to go on a radio show is weird. But anyway, in that aspect, he said Charles was disrespectful from the time he got into Madison Square Garden. So my whole point is, show the video of him being disrespected. They said he was drunk. Let me tell you something. If he was cursing, that's no big deal. I've been in Madison Square Garden. I sat around the New York Knicks fan. Everybody in Madison Square Garden curses. So, I mean, and then to say that he was smelling of alcohol, give me a break. You know how many people are drunk in Madison Square Garden? I mean, that is the most ridiculous statement for the owner of the New York Knicks to come on radio and make statements like that. But anyway, the bottom line is, he is the owner, and he's not going anywhere. I don't even care if we get Donald Trump intervention, the Putin's intervention. James Dolan is not going anywhere. And you want to know something? The Knicks fan, we demanded that he stay out of the Knicks business. And to be honest with you, he has done that this year. He put Phil Jackson in charge of the New York Knicks, and he has meddled in it. But you want to know something? As a Knicks fan, it is time for James Dolan to meddle back into his company. He needs to get Phil out of here and send him back to Zenland, because the Knicks are going down faster than – I don't even know who – this is the worst organization all of us. I just can't believe this. I'm at the point where I may not even become a Knicks fan anymore. That's where I am.
No, you about to turn in your Knickerbockers.
I'm a New York Knicks fan. But this is ridiculous. I mean, it's just horrible what's going on with this organization. The product is horrible. The team can't win. You got an owner who doesn't care. You got a president who is just as stupid as anything else. And last week we talked about whether or not this was messing up Phil Jackson's reputation. I said no, because he was a great coach. You want to know something? Forget about what I said last week. This is messing up his reputation. All right, I'm through with it. I hate to say it. I guess I have to give up my membership as a Knicks fan.
It is rough out. It is rough out there for a Knicks fan. Woo! But hey, sometimes you wander through the wilderness and you find yourself lost. First Lady, please take us to break.
The first 2 listeners to email us or send a shout-out while the boxers are grouped together will receive a $25 gift card from our partners at NFLShop.com and a $25 gift card from our new partner, Victoria's Secret. Here is your hint. Mama said knock you out. Stay tuned. Coming up next, we have a performance from, like Spitface say, not CVS, but CVSS on the first part of Shout Out. Get rid of Phil Jackson.
All right, y'all. The music flows in from around the globe to get a shout out from the panel. First Lady, I can't wait to hear the music from CVSS.
On Shout Out, we feature new independent artists who are looking to find their shining star. If we like what we hear, we'll give the track a shout out. If we don't like it, we hit the mute. Today, we do have CVSS with his album, Fly Away. All right, DJ, let's hear the title cut, Fly Away.
Okay.
Fly away. 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 I wish that I could take off to the sky, spread my wings and fly away. Fly away. Fly away. Fly away. Fly away. Fly away. I wish that I could take off to the sky, spread my wings and fly away. Problems behind. Hold up, can I hit rewind? Let me do it all again one time. I swear I'ma get it right this time. These for the homies, I miss mine. Live by the gun, might die by one. I got nothing to lose, so I'm all in till my day comes. Listen to the music even when I die. And I've been close to death more than one time. Drinking the pain away, smoking the fly away. One thing you never get back is your time. Both of my hands together while I pray. Praying tomorrow brings me better days. Praying I make it up out of this place. Praying I don't get shot cause of my race. Love me or hate me, it's undecided. I just want the fly shit, the newest with the baddest bitch inside it. If I don't make it, I'm doing what I love. At least I can say that I tried it. Nobody did it the way I did. I'm taking off on my fly shit. Fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away. I wish that I could take off to the sky, spread my wings and fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away. I wish that I could take off to the sky, spread my wings and fly away, fly away, fly away. I wish that I come to the sky, spread my wings and fly away.
Wow.
Okay, Fly Away. All right, let's go to the panel to see what everybody thinks about this song and CVSS. All right, CJ, what are you thinking about this song, Fly Away?
Now that song took me to the islands to lay back and kind of cool out. Yes, I was flying away.
You fly away, fly away. All right.
Ready to go up there.
All right, Dizzy Mac, what did you think of Fly Away?
I liked it. It was jamming. Fly away. Shimmy Shake girls were enjoying that as we were grooving over here on the bearskin rug, naked.
All right. Spitface, what did you think of Fly Away?
I'm listening to the lyrics, and brother, you had one line: "Do the best to be you." That's all we can do. So I'm giving it a shout out. Had a little bit rhythm and a little groove going on there. So shout it out.
Well, I agree with you. It was a one-liner, but I guess the one line made sense because it did take you away. as CJ put it, it made you go lost in space. Just listen to the music. I thought the music was very nice to that one-liner word that he had. So, so well, it was basically one line. He said, "Fly away, take me away, fly away." So, but it worked for him. That's the important thing. It worked for him. So we can hear more from Cvss on part 2 of Shout Out, but it's time, and it's that sound of my favorite underwater friend. It's time for Flip It.
Faster than lightning, know what you see is smarter than he. And we know Flipper lives in a world full of wonder, flying there under the sea.
All right. It is time for Flip It, where I host defend the point and then flip the script and defend the opposing view. Who has a better chance of making it back to the Super Bowl, the Carolina Panthers or the Atlanta Falcons? We asked the panel to defend. The Black Cat will be back. The Panthers have a better chance. Dizzy Mac, defend. All right. Okay. All right. Now, I guess we won't get the defense from Dizzy Mac at the moment, but when I look at the situation, the Carolina Panthers got a foul taste in their mouth, foul taste in their mouth, and because one has to be a smack down, beat down, and the QB looking like a Swiss cheese sandwich during the Super Bowl. They came back and looked even worse. They had a horrible season, and they still got all the components that took them to a Super Bowl. Sometimes you got to break down so that you can look, see what worked, what didn't work, what you're going to have to put in. But I have a suspicion that the management of the Carolina Panthers will get some players to work around Cam I Am, Green Eggs and Ham, boasted that offensive line and get him a running game. And it's gonna be Cam done learned. It's gonna be all over. So I'm going Ron Riverboat Gambler Rivera is gonna get his defense back together again, and they'll have a better chance because the Falcons let Kyle Shanahan get away. And other than being hoodooed by Bill Belichick, he pretty much whooped everybody else. They did make it. So they let him go. I don't know. I'm going with the Panthers. All right. CJ, defend. The Black Cat will be back. The Panthers have a better chance.
Well, the Panthers have a better chance because Cam, this is in 2 years now, right? So he's eager. He really wants it bad. I think he's learned from his little ego problems. If he has some people to defend him, he might be able to pull it out. I'm hoping that this time is going to be for him this year. However, for Atlanta, they had talent. The MVP, Matt Ryan, right? The best wide receiver. Why wouldn't they come back? They just gotta believe.
Okay, all right. First Lady, please defend. The Black Cat will be back. The Panthers have a better chance.
Of course the Panthers have a better chance. Cam I Am, Green Eggs and Ham, is ready to return to the Super Bowl. You know, I would say more so than the Falcons because, let's face it, it's hard for teams to return to the Super Bowl after they had already been in the Super Bowl. You know, it only happened about 15 times, and the last time it happened, guess who did it? The Patriots did it when they were in Super Bowl 38 and 39. So, come on, you got to give the Panthers a better chance than the Falcons. And also, the Panthers, they're going to have an easier schedule than the Falcons. So there's no way the Falcons can return. But Cam is going to be the Teflon quarterback next season. And he complained so much during the offseason, he's going to get all those calls next season. And that's going to make him be able to compete to be that MVP again. So as Cam goes, so does the Panthers. So if Cam will be like Superman, the Panthers, they're going to be in the Super Bowl.
Okay, all right, you heard the defense, but you know this is flip it. Well, we flip the script and defend the opposing view. Bad Bird Rising with an underrated defense, step back Jack, the Falcons will be back. When I look at the Falcons, and I get, everybody is like looking at that second half collapse, choke job, whatever you want to call it. Man, and they got a bad team. That defense is underrated. That I don't have the player's name, but what did he do? Like sack Brady 2-3 times, and if Atlanta had won the game, he would have been a defensive player would have been the MVP. So I'm going. Their defense ain't even, even though their defense got good stuff, nobody was even looking at their defense. It was all about it was all about the offense, all about the. Well, they ain't got to do a lot to tune up that offense, and they may really not have a lot to do to tune up that defense. And defense wins Super Bowl. I get Tom Brady got the MVP, all of that, but it was that defense, bam, shutting Atlanta down during that second half. Because the first half of the game, Tom Brady actually gave him some points. Here, man, take a couple points. Well, I won't say Tom Brady, the offense gave Atlanta some points. Here, take some points. Defense, like, why you giving the points? Trying to make us look bad and stuff, out here. Okay, Tom, they over there looking at Tom doing, well, why you, making us have to work hard, Y'all BSing around. Now we, now y'all looking up at us like, well, what y'all gonna do? What we gonna do? You done gave them points, So the defense shut them down, and, the hoodoo voodoo guru do some mind meld on old boy Kyle, and he made started getting discombobulated. But that defense is young, mean, and I put it like this: the way they slapped around Aaron Rodgers, they're gonna be back. CJ, please, Bad Bird Rising with an underrated defense, step back Jack. The Falcons will be back. Please defend.
Well, that I believe that the Falcons are going to be back. With the best wide receiver, too. I mean, they just have talent. They have heart. They lost so pitifully. Anybody with that type of loss, they got to go home and live with this for a long time. That's going to be some angst to make you want to come back. I know you say, First Lady, they don't come back within 15, but to be humiliated like that against the great Tom Brady. Yes, they have a little vengeance, I think. And they're going to make the most of it. They have one of the best histories in NFL history, period. So, if they can do that, I believe, too, they'll be back.
All right, CJ, as they say, revenge is a dish best served cold. First Lady defend.
CJ sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'll be back. The Falcons will be back. But yeah, the Dirty Birds, they will remove all the filth, and I mean that filth, from that bad second half performance of the Super Bowl, and they will rise again to Super Bowl 52. And you know what? I don't even care if Kyle Shanahan is gone. You want to know why? Because they still have their offensive players on the field. And like you said, CJ, they got that great wide receiver, and he is going to propel them and Matty Ice to another Super Bowl appearance way before the Panthers. I mean, the Panthers are so damaged from last year. I just don't think that they could come back to the Super Bowl. It's going to take several years for them to regain their form before them to come back to the Super Bowl. Their offensive line and their defense, man, Cam better pray. And I mean, he better pray that he complained enough to the referees this offseason, because that offensive line will not protect Cam Newton. He needs to rely on the referees to save him. And the defense, they just can't stop a team. They can't stop anybody. So Cam will have to be like Superman and score more than the opponents. And we know that's not going to happen. So Cam I am will be Cam, no thank you, ma'am.
All right, Cam I am is turned into some spam. All right, First Lady, please take us to break.
Stay tuned. Up next, the funnies and our favorite underwater friend on Flip It Part 2.
All right.
You are still listening to Bras, Panties, and Sports. It's time for the funnies. All right, Spitface, over to you.
All right, First Lady, I think we got something that a little interesting for you and CJ, and I think Dizzy Mac is over there having some mimosas with the Shimmy Shake girls. Custom officers in Pittsburgh intercept drugs hidden in wig shipment. Custom officers in Pittsburgh said they found about 110 pounds of narcotic cat hidden inside a shipment of wigs and hair extensions. Officers at Pittsburgh International Airport examined a shipment from Kenya that was bound for an address in McKees, Pennsylvania, and discovered the wigs and hair extensions were hiding more than hair loss. They were hiding about 110 pounds of dried cat, that's K-H-A-T, an African plant that contains an amphetamine-like stimulant. Amphetamine-like stimulant. The cat, K-H-A-T shipment, was worth an estimated $30,000. Woo! According to Susan Anderson, CBP Port Director for the Port of Pittsburgh, it is uncommon for Customs and Border Protection officers to encounter any sizable narcotics in Pittsburgh. So this was a great cat, K-H-A-T, identification and interception by our CBP officers. This cat, K-H-A-T, interception is another example of how CBP's Border Search Authority and inspections expertise contributes to keeping our communities safe. Wow. You know, has anybody let Donald Trump know? You know, I mean, hey, you know, they're doing their job. They're doing their job. They're getting down. You know, come on, give them the tweet. President Trump, give him the tweet. Give him a tweet.
Donald Trump, they're going to be checking it every day. They're going to be checking it every woman's wigs now. With
all them you got all them NFL players with weave on, so they might have. Yeah, the investigation is ongoing. Guys and guys, and water is splashing on you. It must be time for our favorite underwater friend. Time for Flip It. While hosts defend a point and then flip the script and defend the opposing view. Tom Terrific in the Brady Bunch. You have won Super Bowl. This makes Tom Brady the winningest QB in Super Bowl history, but does that make him the greatest American professional athlete during that time? So he may be the GOAT in the NFL, but is he the greatest American professional athlete during that time? Serena Williams has more championships by far and has dominated her sport for years. Is she the greatest American athlete during that time? Panel, we want to defend. Tom Terrific is a bad boy. He is the greatest American athlete during that time. And I'm going to kick it off here. And when you look at the fact that it takes so much to win a Super Bowl, and so many times the pressure, the weight comes down to the man who's got his balls in his hand doing every play. And that's Tom Brady. You know, the great one. Joe Montana, who don't want to hand over the torch, and I know we can't compare eras and all of that, but we can say that during Tom Terrific's run, he been the baddest boy out there. Peyton Manning got some stats over him. You know, he got some stats over him. But you know what? Tom Terrific played for another 2 years. All of Peyton Manning's little stats will be gone. Will be gone. And while it is, the NFL, football is a team sport. And with Serena Williams, it is individual effort. Okay, so yeah, you can't go team. Tom Terrific, he's got to rely on other players and around him, to win. He's got to rely on that. Whereas with Serena, she one-on-one, it's herself. Well, he's competing against himself and against a whole line of people. Serena only has to compete against one person at a time and herself to better her game. And given what has to go into being a quarterback, the smack, wax, and, because I don't care who you are, you get hit. You gon' get hit. That broke leg he had, he got hit. So you do, you got to, having won that 5th Super Bowl, he is the greatest American athlete during that time. CJ, the Finn, Tom Terrific is a bad boy. He is the greatest American athlete during that time.
Well, Tom Brady, he's a leader. People love him. They play hard for him. How could that man have caught that ball? He was way over on the other side of the road, on the other side of the field. And he ran over there and dived to get that ball for that man. They love him. They play hard for him. That's what makes him so great. Because they want to be with a leader. I don't know what it is about him that makes him a leader, no. But he has something. He has that oomph that makes that team, even the little people. Edelman, they say, is not taller than me. He's going up against huge giants for Brady. Just to help him. That's what makes him so great. That's what gives him his panache, I guess. Especially over Manning. But his personality, well, that's an individual thing. Just more people seem to like him on the field. That's all I got to say.
Well, right. I don't know about it. He doing pretty good. He got a wife making more money than him. I think the brother's got a nice personality. He a little daddy, but wait, first lady.
That's what I'm saying.
First of all, it's hard to compare a man to a woman, but Tom Brady is the greatest American athlete. I mean, let's just face it, during his time, he dominated his position as quarterback in the most popular sports ever. We're talking about football, not tennis. Not tennis, football. So, I mean, you can compare the other quarterbacks, Bradshaw, Joe Montana, Dan Marino, if you want to throw Peyton Manning. You can compare them to Tom Brady. They're all great. But the one thing Tom Brady can do, he has won with more combination of players than those other quarterbacks. If you look at those other quarterbacks, they won with pretty much the same cast, but not Tom Brady. He's had several different players, and he's won. So that's really what makes him so great, because he is the common denominator of a winning formula. And just like CJ said, he's nothing spectacular. He's not athletic. He's not fast. He is just a great leader. And being a great leader, he knows how to rally his other players around him. And that's what makes him the greatest of all time. Hands down.
Yeah, because you can't compare. You can't compare the art and the structure of tennis with the structure and discipline of football. To me, those are two different dynamics and two different skills.
But that's what
CJ, you had a chance for your defense. You don't get to linger on. Not only make a defense. After, you ain't in court. Now we're gonna flip the script, of course. Yeah. Now you heard
back with a rebuttal.
Now you heard the defense. All right, but this is Flip It, where we flip the script and defend the opposing view. Let's hear it for the girls. Serena, hands down. Now, it as they say, it's difficult to compare two different sports. But when we really, look at the performance, what it took to win, you look at the Michael Jordan era. During the Michael Jordan era, he didn't play football. He didn't play tennis. He did play baseball. but not for long. That don't count. But what he was by far the greatest American athlete during his reign. He was numero uno. And I almost hate to bring it up, because we forescored to show that there would be two peoples that we would not mention. But this is the one time I'm going to mention one of them. Tiger Woods. At one point, he was the greatest American athlete, and he was hitting a little white ball into a hole. That's what he was doing. He wasn't playing against linebackers and or having to having to hit the tennis ball right at the line to knock it back and have the person miss on the other side. He was hitting that little white ball into the hole. But he was the most dominant and the greatest American athlete during his reign. Now, I give Tom terrific credit that he has, he has over the years been able to have winning teams, championships, Super Bowls, but there have been years where he was not the most dominant. And I don't mean that he didn't win. He doesn't have to win a championship every year to be most dominant. Tiger Woods did not win it all every year to be the greatest. Serena Williams didn't have to win every championship to be the greatest. But Serena is the greatest American athlete between those two. She is. Because she's had to single-handedly, one-on-one, like a Tiger Woods, go up against the competition. One-on-one, woman. She had to go up against them. And she's done it with injury. She's played through injury. She's played through relationships. And and age. She ain't no spry young chicken, but she whipping them down. So Serena Williams is the greatest American athlete during that time. CJ, defend your girl.
How else can I but not defend her? She rains rings around Brady. He doesn't even have to deal with half of the obstacles that she has to deal with in a formal sport of tennis. Of the structure of the game itself, the mind plays that it has on it. This is, like you said, mano a mano. Age and age health against health, wisdom, strength, agility, all in one. And besides, to be able to hit it so fast, so quickly, and not have too many injuries. I mean, for those, you probably don't know about this person, but last century there was this girl named Althea Gibson that broke the time barrier of being able to participate in tennis. And to see a Serena Williams just dominate this sport now, it's just impeccable. And to have her, she is an American. And I like that you said American, not just Black American. Because she has won more medals, more awards than any female. Any. And I think that's what she should be awarded for. The best part is she just happens to be brown like skin like me.
I don't know how light skinned she is, but but first lady, we're going to defend, and I will say this: we didn't even say woman, we just said greatest American athlete.
That's right.
Defend.
All right. Well, Serena, without a doubt, is the greatest athlete. She has really just dominated her sport like no one else has done. And let's face it, let's get into this. Serena wasn't even supposed to be great because of her humble beginnings. She was brought up playing the game on public courts in Compton, California. Could you imagine if she was taught the way other great players were taught for tennis? Her father for many years was her coach. He was self-taught. He read books in order to teach his daughters. I mean, this woman is great despite the lack of formalized training in her formal years. We're talking about the early part when you learn to play tennis. So you need to think about that. That just shows you how great this woman is. And as far as Tom Brady, yeah, he may be great, but he had others to make him look great. I mean, I'm not taking away anything from Tom, but Serena plays an individual sport, so everything falls on her. And as the fact that it is an individual sport, you have to give her the credit for being the greatest because she did it all by herself. Whereas Tom, he had great wide receivers. He had a great coach. So you can't put Tom Brady ahead of Serena Williams. She is the greatest of all time.
So are you trying to intimidate? Are you trying to intimidate that if Tom Brady had been on the Bears, he wouldn't have had the type of success he had?
Yeah.
So I can say that. I love the Chicago Bears. So I'm teasing and stuff. But are you saying? I'll just refer. Are you saying that if he had been the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, he would have had about as much success as
Jay Cutler?
All right, First Lady, please take us to break.
On the other side of the break, we have another performance from CVSS on Shout Out. Please stay tuned. Come back to me back.
You are listening to Bras, Panties, and Sports. It's time for Shout Out Part 2, the picks and the finale. The music flows from around the globe to get a shout out from the First Lady and the crew. First Lady, over to you.
We have another performance from CVSS, and this time is coming from his album, Selfish Ways. Let's hear the track, Clean.
Got my system up, my windows low. Hollywood Boulevard, riding real slow. I can see them in my rear view, 501 patrol. I ain't going back to prison, not today, not tomorrow. All my dirty money clean, everything I own clean. My machine clean with the green bean. That's on everything I love, that's on everything I know. And my team is full of killers, we ain't scared to let it flow. Ain't afraid to let you know. know. Shine on my watch. She love the way that I talk. I used to be on a block, or in a random kitchen whipping a pot. Making grand, making bands. Now watch out my voice to the band. The shorty that playing the shit off me play to get himself a voice to the can. You should take me for the full flex. Nigga, I do this shit all day. Young and reckless with a shiny necklace, 13 teller joints in the hallway. Surrounded by rich individuals. And I just wanted identical. I was my own vibe. Can't listen to nobody. Got my game with the plum up. My windows low. Hollywood Boulevard, riding real slow. I can see them in my rear view. 501 patrol. I ain't going back to prison, not today, not tomorrow. All my dirty money clean. Everything I own clean, clean, clean. Class sheen clean with the green bean. That's on everything I love. That's on everything I know. And my team is full of killers. We ain't scared to let it blow. Ain't afraid to let you know. I don't mean to brag, but I hit the mall without looking at tags. Grabbing whatever, throw it in the bag. And run to the register, hop in the jag. Loud packs, this shit scream. 13, I was so ripped like Bruce Banner with turn screen. Suicidal, doors up, my wit got a little self-esteem. I wanted all self-esteem, but when I had nothing, nobody helping me. Came up from a dope dream, now I'm on screen, looking so clean. Came a long way from certain things, now the whole team lives a dream. My windows low, Hollywood Boulevard, riding real slow. I can see them in my rear view, 501 patrol. I ain't going back to prison, not today, not tomorrow. All my dirty money clean, everything I own clean, clean, clean. Class sheen clean with the green bean. That's on everything I love. That's on everything I know. And my team is full of killers. We ain't scared to let it blow. Ain't afraid to let you know. If you taking one of mine, then I'm taking one of yours. If you taking one of mine, then I'm taking one of yours. See me riding real slow somewhere up on the boulevard.
All right, he's riding mighty slow, and he's clean, clean, clean. All right, the 501. All right. Okay, boy, what a difference in a song. Let's go to the panel. So, Spitface, what did you think of CVSS Clean?
Brother, don't be going back to no prison. Don't have to learn the lesson twice. Because let me tell you, it can be, I got some loved ones, free Mr. Vine, serving 30 years to life right now for having to go back. They got warned, they got slapped, their hands, and they went on back. But I will say this. You got, now you know that you can make a nice little beat and rhythm to get people hooked up and stuff, but you staying in your lane because you ain't hitting all them lyrics. You said, now look, now I ain't gonna get all crazy. I got the beat going into the groove. Sometimes, you go for, sometimes people are so used to complexity that you go just straight and simple, and it's clean. I'm shouting it out.
All right. Actually, this one had more lyrics than the first one. All right. CJ, what did you think of Clean?
I'm kind of with the other side of, he did sometimes less is more. However, I would have had a little more. I wish it had a little bit more content to it. Like you said, if we got to talk about going to jail all the time, that's the only thing we're going to do. We got to think, we got to get a little bit more positive. I wish the beat was fine, but no, I wouldn't be listening to it no more. He got me on the floor.
You didn't like it? You gave it a shout, or are you hitting the mute?
I'm hitting the mute.
Oh, you're going to hit the mute.
I'm hitting the mute on this one. We were flying away, but we muting this one. We got to skip on.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm not going to mute it because, I have to give the man some credit because the first song, he showed his vocal range, singing. Basically, only sang one line, but other than that, but now he's rapping. So it's a little bit different. It almost sounds like two different artists there, and from the first record to the second one. But I enjoyed it. I'm going to definitely shout it out. I like the Clean. So Mr. CVSS, he's very versatile. So we have to see how he's going to do. So if you like what you heard from CVSS, you can check him out at cvssmusic.com. If you would like to be heard or have any comments, you can send your emails and tracks to panties@oldgrumpyradio.com. It's the picks. Well, we have the final results of the NFL season. Did I regain my crown? So let's recap. Let's let everybody know what the scores and the points were before we get into this week. Dizzy Mac was leading the pack with 17,600,000 points. I was second with 11,800,000 points, and Chase was at 3,800,000 points. So it really was anybody's game to win because the producers, they really put a lot of points for us to win. So here are the results. CJ, you ended up with a negative 5,975,000 points. You had a chance to win, CJ, because if you had done well, you would have won. Chase ended up with a negative 3,225,000 points. Dizzy Mac, he ended up with a negative 4,425,000 points. I was the only one to be on the positive side. I had 2,575,000 points. Was it enough? So the final results. CJ, again, you were negative 5,975,000 points. Chase ended up with 775,000 points, and it came down to Dizzy Mac and me. And it was close. But, yes, I did regain my title because Dizzy Mac had 13,175,000 points, and I am the champ again. I had 14,375,000 points. It feels good to get my title back. Let me tell you.
The First Lady regained her title. And now, I don't want to hear nothing out of Dizzy Mac about Russian hackers. that people extra players came, that the producers came to the polls. We don't want to hear none of that.
It was a close thing. You want to know one thing that I was surprised with Dizzy Mac? Throughout the season and the last time when you put the question about the fumbles, he had always said no to that answer. He always said there were going to be fumbles in the game. For some reason, in the Super Bowl, he said, yes, there will not be any fumbles. And that was one of the ones that really hurt him, and also with who would have more interceptions. Tom Brady had thrown for 1 interception. Matty Ice threw for 0 interceptions. And I had said Tom Brady would have more interception. That's what really pushed me over. So it was quite interesting. It went down to the wire, though. So it was a great competition. Great competition.
So the producers knew how to keep it entertaining.
It was definitely some tricky questions there. So anyway, we look forward. The hard floor picks will be starting right after the NBA All-Star break, and who will be this season's champ. I believe Dizzy Mac won that last season too, so we'll see. All right, it's time for our outrageous predictions, and let's get to the panel to see what their outrageous predictions are for the week. CJ, what is your outrageous prediction?
Let's see. What about Golden State?
What is it?
My outrageous prediction is Golden State is going to win the basketball championship.
Now, come on, CJ. Is that really outrageous? Something outrageous. We're expecting Golden State to win. All right. If you had said that New York Knicks were going to win the NBA Finals,
no, that would be that would be insane.
That's who they're going to play.
Yeah, see, that would be insanity.
That's who they're going to play.
All right.
That's what I was trying to say. That's who they're going to play.
Oh, the New York Knicks?
Yeah, the New York Knicks against Golden State for the playoffs.
All right, that is outrageous. Okay, that's outrageous. Okay, Spitface, go ahead. What's your outrageous prediction?
My outrageous prediction is that the Bulls will go on a 5-game winning streak.
All right.
It's possible.
All right. Yeah, that is kind of outrageous. That's really outrageous.
Lady winning 2-3.
Hey.
But I said 5. They're going to go 5 straight. Get that organization back on track. Because, see, they're inspired by the Knicks. They like, oh, we ain't the Knicks. We can do something.
Well, look, Miami Heat are on a 13-game winning streak. Who would have thought they would have been on a 13-game winning streak?
You say maybe not so outrageous.
Maybe not so outrageous. All right, well, my outrageous prediction is Gregor Connor will defeat Money Mayweather in a boxing match if they decide to have the boxing match. That's my outrageous prediction.
That is outrageous.
That's outrageous.
That is outrageous.
Okay. Well, let's get to our weekly women's empowerment message. And this is from, we've been talking about the greatest. Well, this is from the greatest daughter, Layla Ali. She once said, quote, "Impossible is not a fact, it's an opinion," end quote. That's right. Impossible is not a fact. I like that. It's an opinion. Yes. All right. Well, please enjoy the poetic performance at the end of the show. And this has been Cheryl Smith with CJ and Spitface. You have been listening to Bras, Panties, and Sports.
The woman I am a woman of class. I am a woman of sophistication. I am a woman of distinction. There is not another woman on earth like me. You can clearly distinguish me from a crowd. You'll never get me confused with another. I am a woman who respects herself to the fullest. Therefore, I demand respect and make sure that I carry myself in such a way that you have no choice but to give it to me. I am an educated woman, dangerously intellectual, armed with knowledge, and I use my weapons frequently. I am a woman of value. I'm worth more than gold, more than any amount of money you could imagine. I am priceless. I am a woman of substance, full of meaning and good quality. I am a woman of confidence. And please, don't get my confidence confused with conceit. I believe in myself because I have to believe in me if I want anyone else to. I am a woman who is deeply rooted into my beliefs, and I'm not willing to allow anyone to uproot me from what I know to be true. I am a hard-working woman. Give me a task, and I'll do mountains to make sure that it's completed. I am a woman who loves with all of my heart. I love my family and friends unconditionally, and on occasion, even strangers. I love so hard it hurts. I am a woman of compassion. I'll give you my all if you needed it. I'll give you the shoes off my feet if you didn't have your own. I'll give you my shoulder to cry on if you wanted it, and turn around and give you the other one if you needed that one too. I am a woman of loyalty. I am loyal to the ones that I love and willing to do any and everything for them. I am a woman who loves and believes in God with all of who I am, and I'm not afraid to let any and everyone know. Therefore, I follow behind him blindly, knowing that he will lead me in the direction that I'm supposed to be going. I am a woman of creativity, gifted by God with specific talents and gifts given to me to show the world. I am a woman of passion. I'm passionate about pursuing my God-given purposes and making sure that they're completed far beyond capacity. I am a woman who's blessed to be surrounded by family and friends who are willing to do everything for me that I do for them, and blessed to have the love and protection of God surrounding you. And that makes me a woman who's thankful. And this is the woman I am.